Mia Thermopolis, Princess of Genovia, took a rather large spoonful of sorbet and instantly regretted it. Brain freeze! It's cold! Mia should have listened to her grandmother during her etiquette lessons. Good morning, I'm Megan Crowley, and I'm here to inform you on the proper way to prepare and host a formal dinner party and how to present yourself when invited to one. Through blogs, books, research, and personal experience, I have come to learn formal dining etiquette well. I will be discussing the value of formal dining etiquette by the history of formal dining, the number of courses and deciding what to serve, how to set the table for the formal occasion, the roles of the host, and table manners. First, the history of formal dining. When did it begin? Well, in the world, according to the University of Florida, on a project on essential etiquette, it started in the 1600s by the French royal court. They then adopted it and spread it throughout the rest of Europe, and it made its way to America. After World War I and the invention of the mass production of automobiles and the creation of the suburban family home, the etiquette rules became more relaxed. Why do we have formal dining? Well, you can use it for the business world to show your class and your style and your grace and know that you have some concept of what is going on. You can use it for weddings, family and friends, for holiday dinners and special events, visiting your future in-laws to show them your class and maturity. And according to Martha Stewart, in her blog on Food is the New Fashion, there is an interest in learning about food and the enthusiasm of home cooking, especially since studies show that eating together improves family health and stability. Who has formal dinner parties? Well, the president has them when he has his fundraisers and for the inaugural luncheons and dinners during that inaugural week. Housewives in the 1950s used it to show their husband's bosses that their husband was good for the job or should stay on roll. Wives also used it for social norms, catch up with friends, entertain, and to impress. Now that we know some history about formal dining, let's look at what we actually do, eating. How many courses do we serve? Well, according to Emily Post in Society, business-related, you served 3 to 5 meals. Weddings can be a buffet style, and they can still be classy. And some weddings even have 3 courses: appetizer, salad, soup, and main dish, and then a dessert is a 5-course meal. Family and friends, depending on how sophisticated you want to be, you can have a single dish up to a 3-course average dish. A good example of what to serve can be found on the presidential inaugural website. The 3-course meal that was served in 2013 at the inaugural luncheon was first, a steamed lobster with New England clam chowder sauce. Second was the hickory grilled bison with red potato horseradish cake and huckleberry redaction. And the 3rd course was a Hudson Valley apple pie with sour cream, ice cream, and cheese and honey. When you are serving to your guests, make sure you have something prepared for your vegetarians and those who have allergies. The main point is to make sure that your guests will enjoy the food, since it is a dinner party. When you serve what course? Well, from personal experience, you serve salad first, then the main dish, and then you serve your dessert. For a 5-course meal, you have your appetizer, then your salad, soup, sorbet to cleanse the palate right before the main dish, and then your dessert. Since I'm sure most of us like to eat and eat often, it is good that we know what to use our utensils for. My 3rd point is on how you set a table. So you put your forks on the left-hand side, your knives and spoons on the right-hand side, and your glasses go above your fork and spoon, and your bread and butter plate go above your fork. You can put your napkin in the center like it was on the previous slide or on the side of the fork. And here you can see we have the dessert utensils and a place card above. According to Nicole Davis, who is an etiquette blogger, she says to use your utensils from the outside and work your way in according to what course you are on. So you use your salad fork first on the outside, and then your main dish fork is on the inside. Setting the table is only one thing that a host has to worry about. Other things can be in knowing which guests to invite, making sure that you're presenting your food hot when it's supposed to be hot and cold when it's supposed to be cold. Knowing your guests, especially their personality and their characteristics, is good for setting guests in a compatible order. Don't put quiet people or Don't put talkers next to talkers, put quiet and listening people in between. Dull and clever people should never be sitting together. A goal of the host is to make sure that her guests enjoy one another. Even if the food and service is bad, they will still remember their time as enjoyable by the people that were around them. Now that we have looked at the roles of the host, let's look at the roles of a guest with their table manners. According to Emily Post's Etiquette Manners of the New World, there are plenty of rules that you need to know. But I've chosen a few. What do you do with your napkin? Well, when you first get there at your table, you take your napkin and you put it in your lap. You do not touch your cup or your plate or your butter or bread knife until you put your napkin in your lap. When you want to excuse yourself from the table, take your napkin and put it into loose folds onto the left side of your plate. Do not put it in your seat. If you want to take something out of your mouth that you didn't like, cover your face with your napkin and then use your hand or your fork to take the food and put it onto the plate in front of you. What about your elbows? Don't put your elbows on the table while you are eating, and you can only put your elbows on the table in the middle of discussion once your plate is gone. If you want to know when to eat, 8 people or more, 3 people have to be served. 8 people or less, then you wait till the whole table is served. In conclusion, my purpose this morning was to inform you on the proper way to act during a formal dining experience so that you can impress those in the business world with your seriousness and professionalism and show your parents how mature you are. I've enlightened you on the history of formal dining, the number of courses and what to serve, how to set the table for the formal occasion, roles of the host, and table manners. Now pull up your chair, put your napkin in your lap, and sit up straight because dinner is served.